The four questions are, what problem can I solve? When do you solve it? How much time does it take to solve? How much does it cost to have you solve the problem?
Yep.
And how can I pay?
Do you feel the pressure to grow your business, but doing so feels a bit like drowning? Welcome to Slow Growth Business, the show for business owners and leaders to quiet the noise and lead your business to success, one day at a time, slow and steady. If you feel your business is running you and you're ready to run it, you've come to the right place. Now, here are your hosts, business coaches Jimmy DeGroat and me, Kyle Bullock.
Jimmy, brother, I have got a question from a business owner for us to field today. Are you ready?
All right.
This comes
Yes.
from a massage therapist that I was talking to. She owns a massage therapy business. She is a solo entrepreneur, so it's just her in the business right now. She's got a nice setup adjacent to a salon and is trying to currently grow her business. For her business growth is trying to get new clients. The age-old question she asked me is, how do I get more clients? Here are some things that she has tried and has been frustrated with. She tried social media marketing. She was on Facebook and Instagram for quite some time, put out a lot of posts, but didn't find anyone really doing anything from those posts. They might ask a question, but they wouldn't actually come to her for therapy. She also tried some conventional marketing, but never saw anything from that. We're talking postcards and brochures and that sort of thing. So I asked her, what is your number one source of getting new clients right now? And she said, of course, word of mouth. Word of mouth is doing really well. But she really wants to grow her clientele. She wants to grow her business to get to the next level. And she asked me, how do I get more clients, knowing that it's just a one-man operation? What can we do for this massage therapist today? And by the way, I want to share something that she said to me that I thought was really cool. She said that while she was on social media and she was working that for some time, she would work really hard at creating all these wonderful posts and graphics and so on and so forth. She ended up not doing it when she realized that it wasn't giving her much of a return, but also when her family and her young kids noticed that she was on the phone a lot, trying to respond to things or post things every day. And one of the kids said, hey, why are you always there and not with us? And it was like a trigger for her that goes, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be on social media on my phone all day, getting nothing done. So she quit it. She cut it all out of her life. Didn't see any difference or disruption to her business. But her point still remains, how do we get her more clients, knowing what she has done already, and what can she do going forward?
You know, you and I were recently teaching in Roswell, your hometown, about the air races coming up. One of the biggest pieces of advice that you offered up, which I thought was amazing, is what does the front page of your website look like? The four questions that it answers. Does it answer those immediately? And I know, okay, website isn't going to be, it's not going to be that huge thing. I'm going to tell you a quick story. A couple weeks ago, I was doing some things here at the office and I threw my back out. You know how it is. When you throw your back out, you will throw hundreds of dollars of cash at anybody who's willing to touch you to give you some relief. So I'm literally driving down the road and I'm calling people saying, can you get me in now? Can you get me in now? Few websites that I called, or a few businesses that I called on the front page of their website, call us for immediate appointments. 3 of them lied. One of them said, come on down. Okay. So you are now my hero. And they fixed me. They fixed me real good. That's a long way around it. But to answer your question with your philosophy, and that is, what are the 4 questions that your front page of your website, your first page, answer?
If I can do this off of memory, the 4 questions are, what problem can I solve? When do you solve it? How much time does it take to solve? How much does it cost to have you solve the problem? And how can I pay? Right? Because in your case, you have a problem. My back hurts. Okay, how do you solve it? Through massage therapy. And you have something on there that says we help people who throw out their backs. Perfect. When do you solve it? I can do it right now. And then how much is it going to cost me to do this? $200, whatever. And then can I book an appointment right now? Boom.
Right. Yep.
And I also said in that lecture, by the way, I also said, if you don't know how to do a website, you only need one page that has all that. And you can literally ask those questions like as a header. Here's what problem
Yep.
do I solve? Here it is. And then just answer them with pictures. And that's a great
Yep.
website.
The interesting thing about the massage therapist person is, what is the trigger moment that people usually decide I need a massage? And it's usually a situation exactly like what I just described, where it's like, can you get me in? So that would be one of the other questions is, how soon can I get an appointment with you? I'm willing to wait up to a few hours, that type of thing, whatever it is. Think about what the real source of, or that action moment in a person's life that makes them want to call you. Okay.
Yeah.
If you tune pianos, all right. What's going on? How soon can you get in there? Whatever it is that you do, whatever business that you provide. So I love that advice from you. And
I
you
think
know the
even,
other thing I'm going to talk about.
well, being honest about it too, as far as timing, is great. It works
Mhm.
both ways. In one way, you could say, I can get you in right now. And if you can get them in same day appointments available, then you got to take same day appointments. You could also
Mhm.
say, I'm booked out for 6 months, because you are booked out for 6 months. That can also be a great benefit, because people look at that
Mhm.
and they go, wow, she's so busy and she has such great clientele that I have to wait 6 months to go see her and get in on her list. That's exclusivity. But whatever the case is, just tell the truth. It stinks when your back is thrown out, you see same day appointments, you hit call, there's no appointment. Oh, actually, we can't get you in for 2 weeks. That's not going to cut it. So just tell them the truth.
Right. Yeah. Or think about maybe a way that you could serve those people that have an immediate need. For an immediate need, we can do 15-minute chair massage, or we can squeeze you in. So maybe think about the alternative. You and I are in this mode right now where we're looking at businesses and we're looking at satellite kind of businesses that we can work. The question I have for her is, how big does she want to grow her business? Does she want 5 people on staff doing this? Or does she want to stay just her?
That's a very good question. That's a good question.
Yeah.
And
Because
one
if
that
she
we'd have to
wants to
ask her.
stay just her, then she can define, well, each day I need 8 appointments to be full. Okay, I can do 8 appointments a day. And then once we have the goal set, it's really easy to get there. It's really, you can fill that up pretty quick. I don't mean to be flippant and say, yeah, I'm a marketing genius, but I do know. Here's another example in Appleton, Wisconsin, where I live. I've got a cockapoo named Oliver, and if I could show you him on screen right now, he's the cutest dog in the world. But cockapoos need grooming every 4 or 5 weeks. And if you try to bring your golden doodle or cockapoo or cavapoo or any type of poo to a groomer, a lot of them are really full in the Appleton area. And the reason they're full is because somebody had a great job done on their pet, and they Googled and they did a review. And as soon as those reviews start popping, your business is going to start popping. We just recently had to change because our people were full. They couldn't do it any longer, so we had to find another one.
And it's such an easy, a free, really, way of getting small businesses out there. And keeping with the theme of slow growth business, the value of getting, first of all, a Google placement. I like in the Google My Business, or business.google.com, where you list your business, have some great pictures, and you fill out the information of your hours, availability, and prices and all that stuff. This is, to me, the modern day equivalent of a Yellow Pages ad back in the 90s, when we'd had
Right.
Yellow
Yeah.
Pages, for those that remember, and you opened it up to see, okay, I need to see what movies theaters are in the area. So you opened up the big book to M's movie theaters. Oh, here we
Mhm.
go. And then you could call people. That's how you found businesses
Mhm.
back in the day. Now you go, I want to
Yeah.
find movies near me, or my back is out, massage therapists near me. And then you look,
Yep.
and the placement is based on a lot of things, but overall, here's what you get in great placements: good reviews consistently. That's it. So it's not like I got 50 reviews on one day. That's not going to cut it. But if I got one 5-star review every week for 50 weeks, Google goes, oh, this is an active business. People like it. They're going in actively, and they're contributing to this Yellow Pages ad on an active basis. So it lifts you up
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
ranking very fast. And it's free. All you got to do is have the listing, and then have a process to get your people to leave a review.
And your people to ask for the review if you own the business. Hey, question for you. Do you have to keep getting them, or can I get 500 reviews and then be done?
That's a great question.
Do you know?
I think it does look at the number of reviews overall as a metric. It also looks at who's in, especially in bigger markets, Google is looking at who's paying for some of those reviews and what are the key words that people are looking for. So they might look up massage therapist. They may also look up spa, and that's an adjacent term. And so it's trying to latch on to that. But I would say just as a general rule of thumb, get a bunch of reviews, but just keep doing it consistently. Then respond to the reviews that you do get. Honestly, as a grassroots movement, it can't get any easier, more straightforward than that. And you're going to get placed fairly well. Plus, people will look at people who are actually discerning and trying to decide who they want to go to. Because something like massage therapy is kind of it requires safety, and you want to feel comfortable going into it. You don't want something creepy.
Yep.
So they might look at reviews to see what are people saying. And if the last review you got was 5 years ago, then they're going to go, I mean, is it really still valid?
Not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too, I wanted to say too, on the homepage of your website, be sure there is a very big, easy contact button by which people can contact and call you immediately. Nothing frustrates me more when I have to scroll all the way down to the bottom and then maybe click on their contact page. No. If you're doing massage therapy, people want to talk to you now.
Call, text, or message, right? Some people want to message you.
Yeah. And that's if you're using something, there's a great tool out there called Podium. You can do a lot. You can even pay right through that method as well. So it's a great little thing. Yeah. And they're not even sponsoring us.
No, I know. We do love them. I think they're pretty great. And if you're going to pay for a service, I would check them out, because for small businesses, I think that's a solid product.
Yeah.
I would throw one more.
Okay, so you asked me, I gave a couple answers. What are your thoughts? Do you have any additional thoughts of that?
Yeah, I have one more I was ruminating on. It's called the unique purchase appeal. So if you're a small business, especially if you're a solopreneur, so you're the only one running the thing, in a service business like massage therapy, what makes you really different than everybody else? Like, it may not be a saturated market, so there's not a lot of other massage therapists out there. It's kind of ironic that one of the ways of growing your business, especially organically, is by hyper defining yourself. What makes you unique? What makes you different than other massage therapists out there? And then lean heavily onto what makes us unique. If you're a massage therapist, do you focus on athletes? Is your focus on geriatric patients? We want to focus on people like Jimmy. And I'll be kind to you, 65 and older. Because some people are like, they want to help people who have ailments that might be chronic like that. But
what are you great at? Seriously, right. I love that.
And what helps
What's your
me
specialty?
as a consumer, I'm looking for who matches what I need. And sometimes the best way to filter that out is by knowing who's not for me. There might be 50 massage therapists in the region, but there's one that really deals with sports injuries and sports wellness. I'm a pretty active athlete. I love swimming. I'm in the pool all the time, and I'm competing. So I've got these knots in my back that are just like mountains. And I want to go to somebody who knows how to work that. Yeah. Interestingly enough, if you can define yourself as to what you're good at, that's kind of unique to your thing, you will find that you'll get more recommendations and referrals because you're going to tap into that community. I'll take it a little bit further with my athlete analogy. If you're a massage therapist who works on athletes, that's your thing, then go to a local gym where people are working out. You can leave pamphlets, brochures, find people in there that you're going to give them a free 30-minute session if they'll come in and just leave you a review. And it can be an honest review. But you give them free 30 minutes, or set up your chair in there for a promotion one day. Free massage, 15 minutes in my chair, just leave me a review. People get to know you in that community. They go, oh, she's the athlete person. We want to go see her. And then they start talking, and then they start referring. Yeah. Suddenly, you will get more clients by defining a smaller segment than you will if you try to say, well, I just do massage for everybody.
Yeah. And what I would say at that moment with a customer, I would say these words: listen, I'm a small business and I really rely on reviews to thrive. Would you do me a favor if you've enjoyed this? Would you mind giving me a 5-star review right now with your phone? There's this aspect of the small town, the Main Street business like you and I are in love with, actually. There's this aspect of, yeah, I want to help you out. I want to help you thrive. Just asking for that. I guarantee you will get a 5-star review. You will get a review most every single time, especially if they can do it right there. Maybe scan a QR code that brings them right to it instantly. So a QR code that you may have really available right there. But asking that question to every customer, I promise you so many successful results. It's hard to do. It's hard to get into the groove of that, asking and remembering to ask every time, but it works. It works. And I've seen it work with a good friend of mine 4 miles away from me right here.
Yeah, and he's great at it, isn't he? The guy that has the QR
He's amazing.
code, right?
Yep.
You know what I would say to this massage therapist? Define yourself uniquely. One of the ways you can do that is by looking at your current clientele and asking, what's the common thread among most of the people that I see? And is there something that kind of ties them together? That's your unique purchase appeal. Yeah. Then every time you see them, or the next time you see them, have a little business card or piece of paper that you printed out with the water bottle that you hand them at the end. And you say, could you leave me a good word online? I'm trying to get more clients. They already like you. They love you. They'll happily do this for you. Suddenly they go, oh, she's looking for more people. Well, people like me. I know people like me and I want to share that. And then we love to share what we love, right? Here's my thing, especially in terms of slow growth business. I think what we've laid out, when you have a good website, Google reviews, unique appeal, if you just had a system of collecting those reviews, feedback, and defining yourself slowly and surely, I think it would take, 6 months before you start looking back and you go, might be working. I'm going to start seeing more people come in. It's not like an avalanche that comes through your door.
Well, no, I don't know of anything good that is instant. I just don't know, except for an instant massage. But you know what I mean? In terms of getting your business, that's why we call it the Slow Growth Podcast. If we knew of an instant solution for success, we'd be there in a second. It's pretty instant. I mean, for example, it took our store, one of the first stores I worked at, 25 years to hit $1 million. Nowadays, you can hit $1 million the first year in volume. Okay, if you're doing things like this. It took us a long time, pre-internet, pre-cell phones, to affect that many people. It's about as instant, I think, as you can get, unless you got a big old monkey balloon in the front of the store with handing out hot dogs and things like that with the radio station.
That would be a very weird massage.
That just brings in people wanting hot dogs.
I wouldn't want to go there. That's very creepy. Go to the place with a big old gorilla on. Anyways, I look forward to sending this to the person who asked me that question. I hope the very best for their business, and for those who are listening for whom it applies, the same to you. Slow and steady wins the race. I hope you picked up 1 or 2 things from this episode that help you keep growing slow and steady.
We hope you leave this episode a little better than when you first began. If you'd like more resources to grow your business slow, steady, and consistently, check out our on-demand video catalog at trainretail.com. Or if you have a question or frustration we can help address in your business, write to us about it. We love to help solve big, ugly problems. So hit us up at kyle@trainretail.com or jimmy@trainretail.com. Good luck out there, and we will see you next time.